And welcome back.
Were you still singing?
Welcome back to the CNC Auto Show. And I was looking at something on the thing. Okay, we are back, and it's time to do our true story. We'll go ahead and do that.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Bo's not, though.
Okay.
The story you are about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Okay, and this is a true story, and this is a very touching true story.
Okay.
It happened a couple of weeks ago, and the car, and this is happening in the Augusta area.
Okay.
We had a car that we were working on with Napa Auto Care Centers.
Right.
We actually were able to receive the car from the Salvation Army, and it was a donated type vehicle. Needed a lot of work.
Right.
And the car went around to different Napa Auto Care Centers. And we were able to, one shop went in and put in a steering gear box, another did some struts, another one did some tires, it just went all around, and each shop did just a little bit more to it.
Right.
Well, the goal was to give this vehicle to a person that had a job and needed transportation. And so Napa supplied all the parts that went with this project that we were having, and they would deliver the parts to each shop that were putting them on. So the car, we finally finished the car, and it turned out really good. I mean, it looked great. It had some interior work done, some upholstery work. It was mechanically sound, run really good. Had it all
detailed too, didn't you?
And the car had it all detailed. The car ran pretty good. I went by and filled it full of gas before we did it. And we were just going to give it back to them. They said, no, we think it would be great if some of you were here when we gave the car.
Right.
So there was a person that was there, and I said, well, we'll just run by real quick because I was going out of town next day. Well, there was a person there, and they had a little very nice ceremony for the person. There wasn't a lot of people in the room. But come to find out, this person had been riding a bus to work for years.
Right.
And she couldn't do all the things she wanted to do as far as working or to help others because of the bus schedule.
Right.
She could only work at times the bus was running. So we showed up, and we were sitting there, and she opened the box with the keys to the car. And it was just such an emotional time. She started crying. And then she started jumping up and down.
It was an up and down,
And then she started hugging. And then we started crying. And we started jumping, and we started hugging.
Yeah.
And she was just so happy to get that vehicle.
Yeah.
And I think it was absolutely amazing to be able to do that. And I was so thankful to be a part of that, and so thankful for all the other Napa Auto Care Centers in the area that contributed their time to do that, and thankful to Napa Auto Parts for supplying the parts, Salvation Army for doing all the many things, the car, and just all the other many things that they did. But now I feel like we can say that we brought a car back to life to help a life.
There you go. That's great.
And I thought it was kind of neat.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
I did too. I thought it was very cool. Okay, the number to call is 706-863-5800. If you have a question about your car, truck, or SUV, give us a call. Or if any other shops out there would like to know the process that we did for bringing that car back and donating the car and having it available for somebody, if you give us a call, we would be very happy to tell you the processes that we went through and how everything went, and different things to look out for as you're doing it, and maybe someone else in a different area would like to do the same thing, which many do.
Yeah.
This has been done in other areas before.
And ours.
But I had no idea how much it would mean to a person to be able to do that. Okay, so give us a call. And now we're talking about spring and summer car maintenance, things that you can do to get your car ready for the spring or summer. And one of the things that we want to mention, of course, it goes hand in hand with the spring and summer, is having your AC system serviced.
Yeah.
If you're riding around and your AC system don't seem to be getting as cold as it used to get, many times that might be low in refrigerant. And if you low in refrigerant, you could be doing damage to your AC compressor. And if that is the case, next thing you know, you start hearing a rattling noise. And if you hear the rattling noise, it's too late because your compressor is probably already bad and going to need to be replaced. So have your AC serviced if your air is not as cold as it should be. Mm-hmm. And even if it is, many times it's a good idea to have at least something like a performance check done to the vehicle, to where they'll check the pressures, and if the pressures are good, clean the AC condenser, check the cooling fan, and all the other things. Okay, let's go to the call?
Yeah, let's go to Carl. We got about 2 minutes. We may end up having to put him on hold.
Okay. Hello, Carl, and welcome to the CNC Auto Show.
How you doing?
Very nicely.
You were talking. Okay. Good. You were talking about the cabin air filter. I bought a car recently. It was a Genesis, great car. Mm-hmm. A mouse got to the cabin air filter, built a nest on top of it, and by the time I discovered it, the mouse was dead. Well, I removed replaced the cabin air filter and all the nest material, and I got the dead rat smell out of my car, but I still have a musty odor. And from what I can tell on the internet, the solution might be to clean the evaporator coil. Is that what you would suggest?
Carl, that is definitely one way. Actually, BG Products has a chemical called Frigifresh. And what it does is you operate the system just like AC. You crank it up, and you spray this chemical right in. You have to turn it on recirculate, so of course it's pulling air from the inside of the car. And you fog this chemical in front of it. And then you shut the car off for about 15 minutes, and it actually goes in there and disinfects all the mold. And it'll actually, drain out the evaporator tube where the condensation normally drains out. After about 15 minutes, you crank the car up, let it run on low speed fan. For about 20 minutes. It's a little bit of a time-consuming process, but 9 times out of 10, it takes care of that noise, takes care of that smell. And I'm assuming it's something similar to like Lysol that disinfects. It does have I guess a neutral smell to it. It doesn't really smell like one thing or another. It's just kind of a nice neutral smell, and we've had very good success with it.
And what was the name of the product again?
It's BG Frigifresh. I guess that's
and
for
where would I
Refrigerant
get
Fresh.
That?
Well, most of your auto care centers will have it. Of course, we do have it, and anybody would tell you how to do it, the process of it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you would have it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's not It's not sold in regular stores, but also now there may be other products.
Right, that's just
available.
the one we chose to stick with because it works really well.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate the help.
All right. Hope that helps.
Carl, thank you very much. Number to call, 706-863-5800. Time to take a real quick break, and we'll be right back just after this.